Chapter 9, Reference List. Just like Chapter 8, this will be one you go back to over and over to double check before you turn the work in, because the nuances are all about clean communication. That's the thing that gets lost when you're like, wait, what do I italicize? Why do I italicize it? It makes sense when you recognize that because we're all using the same rules. When you look at the reference list, you can quickly go, oh, that's an article, or oh, I didn't know that was a book. And then you can go and find those works yourself. That's a big part of why APA is what it is. So in this section, I'm telling you, you're going to go here a lot. The beginning gives you an understanding of what all the different components are. That's good. But what you're really going to start finding useful is starting with section 9.4, where they break out what the key elements of all references have to be. And then there's a wonderful list. It's table 9.1 that comes right after that to give even more clarity in what you're looking at. They talk about in 9.5 the punctuation that needs to go inside the references, which again, each little tiny piece of punctuation, whether it's a period or a comma, it makes a difference because it tells the person reading it something different. It really does make a difference. It's not just stuff to try and drive you bananas. Although I know it will. It's okay until you get comfortable with it. Trust me, we've all been there. Then it moves into reference elements, specific ones, talks about the author. In 9.8, it gives you the breakout of how you format the authors. 9.9 gets into spelling and capitalization. Please note again, I'm pointing out the things that tend to trip people up. 9.10 talks about the identification of specific roles, like if someone is an editor or a manager, and that's relevant in communicating meaningful, appropriate citation information. When there's group authors in 9.11, then it moves into the dates, the formatting of the dates, 9.14. That's something you definitely want to pay attention to. Moves into the actual title of the different works. 9.19 talks about the formatting. And then the last one I wanted to point out is when you get into 9.33 and it talks about web resources using DOIs and URLs. These are rules that have changed from previous versions of APA. They're much easier, but you do have to learn them. DOIs are your best friend. I'm telling you, get familiar with DOIs. You're going to love them. All right, so that's chapter 9.